Okay, so got a handful of things to fix about the array viewer. One of the things that I'm going to do is here. I'm going to I'm going to keep a reference of my open image viewer and array viewer. Let me just have a little look at the end of self-remove. Yeah, okay. So, I am going to track them. Just call this, oops. And then inside this response, I will say image viewer equals that, and here I will say array viewer equals that, and inside image viewer cleanup I will say image viewer equals null, and inside array viewer cleanup I will say array viewer equals null. No. And inside draw mode options well, what do I really want to do? Okay, well, I begin to have some sort of, I suddenly understand one thing, which is if draw options update gadgets. That's why the, excuse me, that's why the oh, my brain. That's why the draw options box didn't update when I applied the gradient set changes. It's because it's not set into draw options. Really, the array editor needs to work slightly differently. At the moment it has temp draw options, and this I will make into a flag, a bool. And here where I open, I want to say if not draw options, temp draw options equals true. Options equals that. And that. And then temp draw options equals false. equals active equals true. Okay. No, okay. Actually want draw options remove. Okay, so now it's actually opening it's opening draw options with the link in the editor and closing it again if it was previously closed, but leaving it open if it was previously open. That's one little thing. The next little thing is in draw mode options itself. It's like if the array gadget is open, I want, or not the array gadget, actually what is it? I thought it was the change gadget actually. Change flag, yeah. Not the change, the array gadget with its change flag. But I think that yeah, basically I want the draw mode options to be able to tell the array viewer that a change has occurred if the array viewer is open whenever whenever the situation changes. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do this. I've just realized I'm just not going to. I'm going to just have the apply button always active. And it's lazy. It's lazy. There will be a way to do it, but this is just a faff, and I can't be bothered passing the information around and around. I'm just going to say, whenever you want to apply, you apply. And that will mean going down through this and I'll just take that out. Not sure if anything will actually happen. This also becomes true. Wrong. I'm doing some redundant stuff here. So basically the apply button is always active. Excuse me. Okay. So now you can just apply. Now I have a position with my setups. Things are not getting put in the right position. First off, view menu should be button width by button height. CX plus width, view menu width plus border. Path label XY face width minus CY plus button height plus border CY plus, okay, first off this should be CX plus button height for the right hand thing plus border, yeah, two borders for the right hand side and the height of button height. just going to save this, and I'm going to first off recompile render with the debugger off, which is silly of me as always, but it's had some fairly big changes since the last release mode compile. Now, in you go, and yes you do. And I think I will just keep this in debug mode. Now, I'm expecting a button to be a better shape, although it will still be almost invisible. I'm expecting the gradient set to apply itself. What I think I didn't do, which I should have done just now, is make the copy of the array. But because I won't actually be able to use it just now, I'll just. Oh, I also should. In fact, you know what? Stop that. Because there's another problem. There's the slider. Which is CY. Okay, this again should be CX. We'll see if that makes a benefit. Actually, hang on. Before I do this, will I just try and fix it so it should actually work? In apply settings, this is not really what I want to. Oh, it made it. Okay. Yowza. Okay. Right. This has gone correct. This has also gone correct. It's just a disabled or something. And the close is there. Okay. Several things gone correct. I don't like the way these buttons look when they're not active, but I can change that. I can open another one, and this colors it, and it just brings it to a total halt because it takes ages. Man. Okay, it has a hard work and a hard time, I guess. Well, that's the debugger. It's doing a lot of loading, copying of. It's copying. Well, what is it bloody doing? It's hard to say. Right. Well, I don't want to go. It's loading the 8 megabyte file, and it's just a list of integers. Putting that into a data bank and compressing it probably is going to be a wise thing to do, I guess. Excuse my snuffling. Okay, and if I close this and this, that disappears. If I open this and then open this, and it takes its moment. My goodness me, that is really quite shocking. Right. I need to think about, concentrate on what I'm doing, and it's making the copy of the array. And I will need, I think, a space to store it. just put in apply settings. I will copy array to array work, and I might just even, pretty much all it does is load and save, so I will do copy, and what will it be? Copy to, what did I make it with project? Copy from. And gradient set I made it copy to, didn't I? Well, I think I will make it copy to. Array def. D width equals width, D height equals height, D position equals position, and D data equals data. Now, because the arrays, I'm pretty sure, are structs, I just do that, and data is a complete new copy of data. So I will also just say array work equals new array def. And array work is what gets sent. Now, sorry, I've been distracted. Oh, okay. Right. What's the problem with this? Our work is not found, eh? Oh. Eh? Oh, that makes sense. And I need to say no. I don't know if I can, oops, stop. In update gadgets, path label show active when the array is null, it's false. When the array is not null, path label needs to be made true. Showing latest flag. Right. Now, what was it I did inside the image gadget, the pung gadget? New this is the gadget. God. Heading, right, yeah. Vertical slider, make transparent. So I can use that for the slider to make it transparent. It doesn't help me with that little menu thing. And I don't really like it as a mode of well, anyway, I will do make transparent on the slider anyway. Okay. And no, actually, don't build it to release. Now, I expect the path to appear more correctly. I expect the slider to appear more correctly. I expect it to run faster. I expect it to make the copy of the array. I mean, I could see that it had made an error when I performed a second operation on it yesterday. So I'm assuming that that's what it was. I mean, I kind of knew that I would have to, I just neglected to do it. So now, I will have to have a think. I think that loading those, I think loading it is just, that's too long. An 8 megabyte file, I guess, is the thing. Just a whole list of individual 2 million individual integers. Well, you know, that's more bearable to say the least. So if I make this yellow, you know, I assume that worked. What if I do this? And that worked as well, I think. If I look at the task manager, see, I'm holding 68 megabytes. If I just make the top of this white, did that work? Can't actually tell. I think it did. And it doesn't I'll take this down. It brightens everything. This looks strangely like it's working. Let me just close that. See what happens. This looks, that's kind of normal. I think about 40 megabytes. Sometimes it goes a bit lower, sometimes a bit higher. I open draw options. Then I open the array viewer, and draw options remains. I put this even lower. I apply, and I get my washed out thing. So, what if I get me render options, get me recursions up to 11, render a still, furious about this. 11 recursions, everything. The debugger is off everywhere. I am still running. FFmpeg, although it's not doing that much. I don't think it's actually interfering with the speed of this much. So that's the image. Top pixel 27,602, average 247. I need to get that information in the array viewer. And there it is. It coloured it just now as well, I think. Oh my god, that did not use the correct exponent last time, did it? Nah, okay, this is not working. That's pretty funny. If I close it and open it again, I get this back. If I click apply one time without changing anything, yeah. Okay, so I don't think that this according to that, that is the exponent 0.5 with 11 recursions. That doesn't make much sense. I don't think I'm... Surely I am. Surely. Render 1. Render gradient. Draw curve gradient. Array def save. Then it paints the array. So it saves it before painting it, and painting it is when it scales it. Do I paint it first? I think maybe I do I? That doesn't make sense. Load array. In fact, it doesn't. It applies the settings there, right? But applying the settings, man, I wonder if I'm just making a total mistake about what this does. If that's acting like a link, that's kind of, you know, that would make what's occurring right now seem more sensible. Well, let me see. Like, the alternative is... There are other problems with my code if this turns out to be the case. For local I int equals 0 until data length. It's very annoying if it is d data equals new data. I really don't like doing that. Well, apart from anything, it means that other parts of my code, I am doing this, I'm sure of it. Right, what? pretty kind of, I don't know if distressing is I don't know if distressing's exactly the word, but that is pretty. I mean, it's working now. But I tell you, I can go straight to general, regular spline. Look at that. Straight up saying data equals y. And assuming that I'm getting a copy of it rather than it itself. And I think it only ever works because actually data is something I don't fuss around with. I make other copies. And that's, honestly, that's pretty bloody annoying because clean array, not create array, new, yep, okay, yes, okay. Iterating through arrays, slicing arrays, resizing arrays. I wonder if I should just use resize. Like, what if, oh, this is really, like, I'm not pleased by doing this, but what if I say, d data equals data resize. Honestly, I'm now thinking, like, where do I find the arrays? It's not a container class. Or not a collection. It's something else. It's like, I don't think I will find the arrays actually. Monkey types. No, it's these types. Oh, array. Yeah. Slice. Copy to. You see, I'd love that if it was just a subarray from array resizes an array. I wonder if I can just say slice from or slice 0. Okay, right. Forget this. Don't like that. Okay, I've obviously just been wrong about this. Never mind. Equals data slice. And what is the exact? Oh. Am I supposed to use that? No. That's the return type. can't tell if that's just taking its sweet time or if I have to say slice 0. Right, well, I'm going to run this and see if this works. If it does, then I'm going to nip straight in there and straight it back into the place I know I'm also making this mistake. Right. Well, it is starting to look like it's working. I close this and then I'm back to here. Okay. Well, there are a lot of little bits of that to test. I need to change the appearance of these a bit. Load array, latest array, everything else deactivated. Amazing. I need to know the high points. Like, I can get it kind of by going here. Not really. I guess it's 27,000. I set this to 20,000. Yeah. And I can give it more of a... I've just realised I've hardly been aware if I'm talking or not now. I've been going on for 40 minutes, nearly. I've gone into a dwam of trying to just think about this. But okay, well, first off, slice is working, so I'm going to go straight in here, and I'm going to look at regular spline, and I'm going to data equals y slice 0. And I know that that is not like... Okay. Data y equals data. New float y laying data equals data. That is what I want to do. I think I almost got there before. I can't believe it. Now, that is the extent of that, I think. And I don't think I need to do that. Man, if that's going to cause problems, I'm going to be so annoyed. But I'll soon be able to tell, because everything will go wrong. You what? Oh, okay. Well, maybe I just didn't understand how to use the slice command by the looks of things. That would be unusual. Well, there's my loops. Those loops are using the splines. There's my gradients. Those gradients are using the splines. It looks really quite like that has worked. Yeah, and that is creating a gradient as well. It's just hard work for it. And it's interesting, just like most of this is red. Really, really most of it. Like that. If I make that a good deal more green, no, a good deal more green, but not quite so much. Interesting. Well, that is basically great, actually. That is pretty much how I'm wanting it to work. There are details. The appearance of the inactive buttons, the appearance of this menu. You know, I'm going to have, I think, a menu that works with this appearance. I have costumes for all these things. I could just go and make a bunch of my gadgets have a thing, you know, an option to make them. Oh, I don't know. Don't know quite how to describe it. To make them into these transparent gadgets. That's not quite right. Huh. Why did it go to the wrong place? Why? No, don't do that. Like, what is going on? Is it just that it's appearing in a different place? Because it doesn't look like that. That's extremely strange, and I will figure it out. Is that even... Yeah, okay. Okay, right. Well, it's a strange thing, which I'll have to look at. In general, this has really just made an enormous leap forward. So, this is pretty interesting. Yeah, just don't forget FFmpeg. Not that this looks beautiful by any means, but not that this image looks beautiful, but the thing is really close to what I want. I want to display some other pieces of information here, maybe up in this bar actually, not sure. And I want to improve the appearance of some of these gadgets, obviously. I want to consider making the data buffers before saving it to save space, partly, but also to see if I can save time opening and closing this thing, loading and saving the arrays. Interesting. Okay. I will have a go at saving the arrays once I've settled down a little bit, because I'm still doubtful about aspects of this, whether or not it's really working. But those things I will do next time.